I'm using 220 grit. You don't want it too rough, otherwise you find you go through
bolt,
lightning bolt pin line taped off. And I'm exaggerating the wings on the board. Remember, it's a wing swallow. It's flowing this way. So if you pull the top, it gives a little more time for the flow to flow onto the tape, because otherwise it gets real bulky at the edge. I mean, you can't see perfectly, but you see the black. I'll take that off with a little acetone. You see these little funny things on the side. It just gives the wing just a little bit of an exaggeration. So I think this now, and we'll do the bottom later. I actually put a little styrene in this too, just to make it flow a little better. Yeah, just about enough resin. Well, here's what the board looks like. I haven't polished it out yet, but you can see it's pretty nicely contrasted. Turned it over. Now you see what the bottom looks like. Quite a contrast. I have to finish that off. But here's the bottom. And here's the top. Big difference. I got my grandson to help me. He's going to be doing the filming. Not the producing, but the filming. Okay, here he is.
How long will it take to harden with the amount of catalyst?
Well, I think within maybe 15 minutes, maybe more than that. So I got plenty of time.
So what about all these white spots? What did you do there?
I did that because there's really heavy, dark, black places that you see through with the red. Even though it's red, it doesn't, it's not see-through, but you can see through it, you know, especially with the dark places. So I had to,
What is resin made of?
well, it's polyester resin, so I don't, it's a petroleum product, but I don't know, you know, exactly what goes into it.
See you doing that.
So now what you want to do is get it fairly even, but point it down, bud. Fairly even. You might want to go to the other side, bud. You want to get a fairly even amount on the whole board so you don't get thick runs. It does a lot of things before it flows out, so I'm not real concerned right at the beginning. I am concerned after I put the brush down and all of a sudden you see it separate.
Oh, yeah.
And then but the black would be
worse.
Well, as you can see, I put the pin line and the lightning bolt on the board, and then I glossed it, and I'm getting ready to rub it out with, I think I'll use either 360 or 400, then finish it off with 600, and then I'll have to get some heavy rubbing compound and then polish, and it should look really nice after. 320, which is not for water, just to see how that works. just to try to get some of these high spots down. You could see them in the sunshine how it. Notice I got it strapped in so it doesn't, the pad when it turns doesn't throw the board off. Dry. Got a bucket of water, I'm just going to leave it on here. And then you want to wet this really well. And I've got 400 on this, so this should cut it down. Bottom's a lot flatter, so it's easier to do. But remember, keep the pad really flat on the board. Used 320, and actually I used 220 back here and then 320. 320 on the whole board, and so the 400 and 600 should get out the heavy scratches, and when you polish it, I'll have to get rubbing compound. That it has got some grit in it. Take out all the scratches, and then buffing compound that makes it look nice. Okay. I'm going to polish it out. I'm using rubbing compound. It's a little grittier, and then I'll use polish compound. But this is a 6,000 RPM Milwaukee. It's very powerful, and the pad, you can get the pad, I guess, at auto parts stores, so I buy it from the surf shop supplier. So, here we go. You want to get the pad a little bit wet at first. Just put, yeah, not, I shouldn't say wet, I should say a little damp. So I just picked up a little bit of water and put it on here. I should probably show you this with the pad. Usually what I do is, because when it loads up with polish, I usually take a screwdriver, and you can see it throws the excess polish off. You have to do the top part, but it gives you a little bit of a feel of the shine that comes out. There's still some scratches in it, so I'm going to have to go down to the auto parts store and get some rubbing compound. I mean, it does look great, but it doesn't look perfect. Here you can see the board polished out. I haven't done the whole board. I have to do the rails and the bottom, but it just gives you an idea of how shiny it comes when you think about what it was before. You need to keep the pad moving. If you leave it too long, it'll burn. It'll burn the fiber, burn the resin, and you'll have a spot. It's real hard to get out. You have to wet sand it out. this, the red rubbing compound. It'll really get out deep scratches, so that's what I did. And I'm seeing really all the deep scratches are out. But now what I'm going to do is use the polish, great polish here. And I changed pads. This is the old pad, new pad. I'll clean it up, and then I'm going to polish it out, and I think it'll look like a real jewel. That's it, polished out. And well, this is just the bottom. I've got to do the top of the rails, but comes out nice and shiny. I'll show you the finished product after I do the top. When you do the rails, stick it in the rack here, and then I put some polish on the pad like that. Oh, and I go around like this. Stick it on the rails. This is a Protect fin. It's got soft edges so it doesn't cut you if the fin hits you. It's made by a inventor guy with Surfco. And I'm going to take the tape off the box. I'm going to insert this, and then you'll see the board with the fin on.
Is that on right now?
Yeah.
It's on?
Yeah. My tutorial. You never know how many people are interested in stuff like this. But it's all...
Can you put it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just for the fun of it, because when you look at this board beforehand, oh, it is such a mess. Such an ugly board, and now...
Where'd you get the GoPro from?
Costco is selling GoPros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good price.
Yeah.
This off, insert it inside, although it's already got one in there. Just going to use the one that's in there. And you slide the thing in here, line it up. Screw it down. Here's the finished product, and it's all polished out, and I think it looks very nice. You know, I know where some of the flaws are, but I think to the natural eye, you don't see anything too significant. And with a new fin on it, Protect fin. This fellow's an inventor, Surfco, David Skadelsky. He's invented the nose guard, where the rubber tip. He's working on wax mat now, where surfboards won't need any wax. You put this on, it's really, really comfortable. Put it on grips on golf clubs and bathtub. The bottom of bathtub so you don't slip. But anyway, he made these fins. He's really inventive. So, looks good.